Grand Rising. It's 9 a.m. in Costa Rica, and today I'm gonna vlog mom life. It's funny to me because prior to having a baby and I was doing YouTube, I would vlog like festivals and like epic vegan events and like cool places that I go to, and now I'm like, yep, this is what it is. And yes, my bra is wet right now from like my nipples leaking, because that's what it is all about. So I'm lucky because I have a baby that has a good latch and he loves milk. But I'm also very unlucky for that reason as well, because he just is like a literal milkaholic and wants to nurse every hour. Unless he falls asleep, he basically wants to be nursing. So if he's not nursing or sleeping, if he's already fed, then it's basically just like this game of like, how much can we distract this little guy so I can like save my nipples. I think he just fell asleep, so that's fun or whatever. But breast milk is like epic because it's filled, like right now from being born till 3 months, it's full of antibodies and all like tons of nutrients, stuff like that, but it's also helping build his immune system. And I just think that's the coolest thing, that like our bodies as women can like produce something to not only sustain them but help build their immune system. I mean, we built their whole ass body inside of us, so I mean basically we're just like the most epic thing on the planet, also like bringing souls into this realm through our yoni portals. But you know, just whatever, like you think that's funny? Basically, this video is going to be a lot about breastfeeding because that's the majority of what I do all day, every day, and night. I read somewhere that being a mom is like having 2.5 full-time jobs, and I think that's probably the most accurate thing I've ever heard in my life. But yeah, they always say like, nap when the baby naps, but it's like, you can't function if you just nap all day. So as long as I get in like one good nap, you know, it's for like at least 30 minutes each time, 20-30 minutes, if not an hour. So yeah, you can't really like do anything else. You need help. That's why they say it takes a village. No, it seriously does. Like you also, like when you're breastfeeding, you need to like be eating like a motherfucker. You need to be like consuming matter frequently so that your body can produce. And then every once in a while, your baby does something called cluster feeding, where basically they just like non-stop want to nurse, and sometimes it's like a little bit and then they pass out and then they want a little more, and it's like you basically can't do anything other than like nursing them, and you just have to trust that, you know, it's gonna end. Think of it like it is like, this is never gonna end. I'm never gonna be able to function again. And you start to think like all these thoughts, like, is something wrong or whatever. The thing that really helped me is that when he does start to cluster feed, I'm like, okay, he's just teaching my body how to produce more for when he needs it. And he has super long legs. His dad is 6'4", so he's got some growing to do. His feet are literally the size of his shins. I'm like, okay, dude. I look put together because honestly, like, I've been getting my lashes done, like lash extensions, which they don't look that great right now, but like I started doing that right before I had Ocean because I just wanted to make sure that like I felt good about myself. And today my hair looks kind of like not 100% great, but not terrible, because I showered yesterday. Like, as a mom, you feel like you're treating yourself when you take a shower. I get like excited when I am able to do laundry. Your priorities just shift in like what you're doing. It's the Lord's work. So yeah, come along with me for my mom day. I'm lucky because my partner Sway, my baby daddy, he works from home, but he works long hours. So he works like every day from like 9 or 10 till 7 p.m. And he does school 2 nights a week. When he's doing that, it's basically all on me. But luckily he's like really stepped up and like helps out a lot, and he started cooking for me, and yeah, he does the most. He's always cleaning and cooking and like literally doing everything because I'm just taking care of our son, and that's a process too. But yeah, any other moms out there, if you're watching this, you're not alone. Just trust. And the thing is like, you just have to remember, like, it's temporary. Like, this time will end eventually. You know, the baby will be more active, more entertained by things, more filled up. So like, as I said, like in the beginning, your milk is mostly like antibodies and helping his immune system. After 3 months, there's more fat in the milk, which helps them bulk up. And like it's changing all the time. Like at night, your milk produces more melatonin. Your body is also producing oxytocin while you're breastfeeding, which is helping you. And then also, when the baby is nursing, it actually makes your uterus contract so that it can go down, because you know, when you first have the baby, your belly is still there because your uterus is so swollen and it expands so much, and so it has to go shrink back down to normal size, and that takes some time, but you see it happen pretty quickly, like quicker than you think. Like, seems like every day I get a little smaller, a little whatever. But honestly, I weighed myself Saturday, which was officially 6 weeks from having Ocean, and I already weigh 113 pounds, which is what I started at. 111 is what I used to weigh. So yeah, that's basically the same. This week I'm buying a kettlebell, which is how I do my ab workouts, which if you guys want to see, maybe I'll just show my workout routine. So we just woke up a little upset because one of his socks fell off, and I think his arm was asleep. So that's like every reason to be upset, honestly, in my opinion. He's okay, he's okay. You know, it's hard being a baby because the only way you have to communicate is crying. And, you know, that's frustrating. So as a mom, you basically go through your checklist. Are they hungry? Have they just been fed? Are they tired? Do they need a diaper change? Not necessarily in that order either. Do they have gas? Do they need to be burped? Or do they need to be distracted? Those are the things. So you just go through that, and again and again and again, you keep cycling so you figure out what it is. And you're a mom, so you have this intuitive sense that you can kind of know your baby and what they need. But sometimes it's a little more challenging. And I'm sure as he gets older and turns into a little toddler, then it'll be even more challenging. But you have to spend a lot of time just being with them, allowing them to take what they need from you, and working on their schedule. And if you try to resist that, or you try to keep them on some strict schedule, like at this time they eat and at this time they won't, no, like you're gonna frustrate your baby and cause a lot of issues for them. In my opinion, if your baby's crying, it's because something's going on. So it's up to you to figure out what that is. So tired, also hungry. So that was me thinking that I could put him down for a nap and go and eat something, but it doesn't always work. It doesn't always work, and that's okay. He needs a diaper change. Let's go do that. Also, he is very, very settled right now. So usually when that happens, I'll kind of like wait till he's like, okay, I'm over it, and then go and do what I needed to do with him. Doesn't always have to be done right in that second. And right now he's a happy guy, just looking at stuff. His brain is processing things. He just woke up from the astral realms. No need to rush. We'll get it done. We will get it done, right? Will we get it done? Who's this guy? Another major tip, use your time wisely. If they're settled, eat, prep, clean, because otherwise it just gets a hold of you. So I made chia pudding last night. Didn't quite work out, but we like it anyway. It has maca and cacao in it because mama needs energy. This is honestly much more of like a chia chocolate milk. Another way to use your time wisely is the entertainment that you watch. There's so many YouTubers giving great mom tips. This girl right here, most favorite YouTube channel, so helpful for me in preparing for my birth. I actually also bought her positive affirmations, and positive affirmations are like the best thing that you can do when you're falling asleep while you're pregnant and you have like anxiety or whatever it may be. Yeah, she has some really great ones connecting with your baby outside of the womb and inside of the womb. She was so helpful to me, and finding those people and things that you can trust in, and then formulating your own opinions, because what works for one person and one baby might not work for another. You got to figure out and get to know your own baby and use your intuition in order to do that, and just trust that it's gonna work out. This is lasting longer than normal. That's the only hard thing I found with my baby, is that he doesn't want to be put down. But you know what? There's going to be a time in my life where he's like too cool for me. So I'm just making the most of it. The best thing you can do is prep meals that just have to be put in the oven. Because majority of the time, baby doesn't want to work on your schedule or care that you need to feed yourself or your house. They want to be held. So we're gonna go do that. The thing that's hard for mama is that when he's near you, oh my god, they just think milk because they can smell you. So you have to try to distract them. Try to distract them. But we can do that, right? We can do that. We can do that. We can do that. You have to have things in your toolkit that calm the baby down. For Ocean, going outside and just like looking around is like a little reset for him. Also, it's great for him to get sunlight and to be stimulated by all the plants in beautiful Costa Rica that his daddy grows outside, huh? So yeah, being outside totally calms him down. But to be honest, it calms me down too. So that's a mom hack. And then, you know, sometimes you come back in and burn your food, so. And we're back again. My food's just over there getting cold. But at least he's happy, so that's what matters. So you never know how long a newborn nap is going to last. This one didn't last that long, but he's still kind of like just chilling. So obviously took the initiative, cut up some papaya for snacks, ate one portion of my burnt lunch that was cold. Still haven't put my strap back on. It's kind of like you're constantly starting little projects and then keep working at them as much as you can. And yeah, this is a vegan sausage, breakfast sausage, because we gotta get that milk pumping. I'm trying to survive out here. So it's like 2:30 right now. I'm just snacking on some kale chips, which, by the way, if you haven't made kale chips in the air fryer, I didn't even like kale chips before. We have to massage them with olive oil and then just a little bit of salt. Great way to get some greens. But best part about baby daddy working from home is that when he's on his lunch, He chills with the baby. You can't see the baby. Baby's in his hands. Mama gets a break. And by break, I mean I'm able to do laundry and clean up and make myself a snack. I would say navigating this new role with your partner and like how you guys are gonna work together, that was the most surprising thing to me. That was the hardest thing that I had to learn through this whole process of becoming parents, is that you have to learn how to operate together as a team. You have to be able to properly communicate your needs and how he can help more, because a lot of times it can be hard on the man too, because they have this feeling of like helplessness, like they can't do anything to help, because at the end of the day the baby needs you, mama milk, and it knows you best because it just lived inside of you. So the dad has to kind of like find his role, and finding the role could be hard because some men don't give a shit about what happens with the babies. A lot of men are not super on board. I'm very lucky because Sway is like, he was so excited to be a dad. Like, this is everything to him. So he's like, anything he can do with the baby, he's like happy to do. So anytime he gets a break or whatever, he's like the Energizer Bunny. He does not run out of energy. And that is also because I take the night shifts. So he works all day and I am with the baby all day. So yes, I'm tired because I've been up most of the night, but if he has more energy, he can kind of pick up where I slack off, if you know what I mean. So I learned that if he just I make sure he gets all of his sleep, and I try not to wake him up unless I absolutely need help, which he's totally fine with me. He'd prefer me to wake him up, I think, but I don't want to, because I want him to be in a good mood and I want him to be helpful to me. And if he doesn't get enough sleep, then that's not always like a thing. Guys, I don't know if you guys know about these blanket things, these super warm blankets. I freaking hate them. We live in fucking Costa Rica by the beach and it is hot as shit. For some reason, Sway likes to be warm enough, like if he was living in the mountains where it's snowing. Something that's important to know as a mom, and especially a new mom, is you just gotta stay on your toes. What works one day might not work the next, and you just gotta keep adding to your toolbox so that you know other options. More in the beginning, I feel like the baby actually slept a lot more. He would take longer daytime naps, and he hasn't really been doing that lately, which is like, could make most people like insane, but you know, I'm surviving and I just know it's all temporary. So that's something that I learned with psychedelics, is that in the process of like a deep trip, when you're having a hard time, if you're just like, oh, I want this to end, and you're just like resisting it, it's gonna get a lot worse. But if you just like breathe and trust that like it's gonna be fine, it will be. Here's proof that this is what he does on his lunch. I'm not 100% sure that it's the best for the baby to be like this. That's how he likes it, so we don't want to hear it. So anything to say? How's dad life?
It's good. It's the best thing I've ever had. Yeah, it's just kind of like being a dad. I don't know how to put it into words.
You've never been a dad before.
Yeah, but now I am though. So if you guys are not dads,
Just
you
daddy.
guys should be.
Just daddy.
Be fruitful and multiply, my dears.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Swag, this is the 7th time I tried you. Where the fuck are you at? You wake the fuck up and call me?
So you all joke about the congressman, right? Young girl from his district comes
Little
up and she
sweetie.
wants to drop to her knees, take care of his business, and bring him a
Little
fresh
sweetie.
martini. It was such a stupid
Basically, majority of parenting is wondering if they're still breathing. And just like that, he's very peacefully pretending to nurse / kind of asleep so he can be close to mommy. This is how the rest of our day is gonna go. If you're a mom that's breastfeeding, hopefully this helped you feel like you're not so alone. If you came from Instagram, you relate to some of the things that I talk about. Hopefully this was fun for you to watch, just a very raw peek into my life. Stay blessed.
Yeah. Here's one that we